Hey, if you're getting your feet wet with Kali Linux, I bet you've been here. You're following a tutorial, everything's going great. You type in a command that you know should work, and then, bam, you hit a brick wall.
Ugh, there it is, that big, glaring permission denied. It's so frustrating, right? It makes you feel like you messed up somewhere. But what if I told you that error message isn't a failure? It's actually a sign that Kali is doing its job perfectly.
I mean, you've checked it a dozen times. You copy the command character for character, the syntax is right, the target is right, so what gives? Well, let's crack this thing open, because the answer is actually a really core lesson in modern cybersecurity.
Okay, so here's the first big piece of the puzzle. We're talking about Kali's security shift, or as I like to call it, why you're not the root user anymore. And trust me, this is a good thing. This isn't a bug, it's a huge feature.
See, back in the day, older versions of Kali just logged you in as root by default. Think of root as like God mode for the operating system. It has total, absolute power to do anything, which sounds cool and simple, but it is wildly dangerous. A single typo as root could literally destroy your system. The new way, the secure way, starts you as a standard user with limited powers. It's like a built-in safety net. And this whole idea is built on one of the most important concepts in all of cybersecurity. It's called the principle of least privilege. It sounds fancy, but it's a super simple idea. You should only ever have the bare minimum permissions you need to do a specific job and absolutely nothing more. This one change drastically cuts down the chances of accidents or, something malicious happening. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The folks who actually make Kali Linux say it themselves. They call this a major security enhancement. So this isn't about making your life harder. It's about teaching you professional-level security habits right from the very beginning. So the big question is, if we aren't this all-powerful root user anymore, how in the world do we run the tools that need that kind of power? Well, we need a key. And that key is a 5-letter command that is about to become your new best friend. Meet sudo. It literally stands for super user do. You can think of it as your magic wand. It doesn't permanently make you a super user. Instead, it lets you execute just one single command as if you were the super user. It's temporary, it's on demand, and it's incredibly powerful. Here's the best way to think about it. Being logged in as root is like walking around with a master key that can open every single door in a giant skyscraper. Super convenient, but also super risky if you lose it. Using sudo, on the other hand, is like walking up to a security guard and asking, hey, can you unlock this one specific door for me? They unlock it, you go through, and the door locks right behind you. It's targeted, it's secure, and it's way, way smarter.
So what does your new workflow look like? It's really this simple. You run your command, just like you did before, you see permission denied, and you don't panic. You just hit the up arrow on your keyboard to bring the last command back, move your cursor to the very beginning, and type sudo and a space. Hit enter, type in your own user password, not a special root password, and that's it. Success. The command runs. Okay, so now we know how to fix the problem. But the real aha moment, the thing that's going to make you a better hacker, is understanding why. Why did that specific nmap command fail when other commands might work just fine? Check this out. It's actually pretty cool. If you were to run a different nmap scan, like a TCP connect scan with a /st flag, it would work without any error. Why? Because that scan is, well, it's polite. It uses the operating system's normal, standard way of making network connections. But the SYN stealth scan, our original command with /s, that one's different. That one needs root access because it's doing something special, something sneaky. And that something special is that it's building what are called raw packets. Think of it this way. A normal program has to send a letter through the official post office, following all their rules. But a program with root access gets to build its own custom delivery drone and fly that letter directly to the building, completely bypassing the post office. It's stealthier, it's faster, it gives you way more control. But, of course, the operating system is going to stop you and say, whoa, 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 you want to bypass all my rules? I'm going to need to see some admin credentials first. And that's exactly what it should do. And this is why this whole thing is so much more than just learning one little command. It's about changing how you think. It's about learning to work the way real security pros do, smarter and a whole lot safer. So here's your new playbook. You always work as a standard user. You only use sudo when you absolutely need to, and you do it on purpose. You start asking that question, wait, why does this tool need root access? That question alone forces you to understand what your tools are actually doing under the hood. So remember, that annoying error wasn't a bug.
It was your first lesson in professional-grade security.
So from now on, before you hit enter on any command that starts with sudo, just take 1 second, just a single beat to think, what am I about to unleash with the full power of the system? That 1 second of thinking, of being intentional, that's the difference between just running scripts and being a real professional.
So sudo gives you the keys to the kingdom, but only one door at a time, and only when you ask for it. That permission denied message isn't a wall, it's a checkpoint. It's Kali asking you, are you sure you want to do this? And now that you know how to say yes, the real question is, how are you going to use that power?